Hello and welcome in another video of Medically Asked. So, today's topic that I will be briefing is Hodgkin's lymphoma, and I want you people to know that what I will be explaining and telling is much more than what it is written in the slides. So, just be with me and listen to the video till the end. So to begin with, this Hodgkin's lymphoma, it is basically a mature B cell tumor, and its etiology includes Epstein-Barr virus and HIV. On histopathological finding, owl-eye appearance of Reed-Sternberg cell is seen. So basically, this is the classical cell of Hodgkin's lymphoma. It has nucleus, and this nucleus has two prominent nucleoli. And on HP, additionally, polyclonal inflammatory infiltrates are also present. In Hodgkin's lymphoma, RS cells are limited in number, and predominantly these polyclonal inflammatory infiltrates are present on histopathological findings. And there is bimodal age of distribution presence. It can present at as early as at the age of 20 years or as late as at the age of 80 years. Clinical features includes most common presentation is lymph node enlargement, and to differentiate it with TB, TB lymph node has a mated consistency, and a cold abscess also forms in TB. And in Hodgkin's lymphoma, there is rubbery consistency of lymph nodes, and it has a contiguous spread also, which leads to good prognosis of Hodgkin's lymphoma. And due to these hilar lymph node enlargement, if it compresses superior vena cava syndrome can be seen, which is facial plethora, which is facial vein congestion. And furthermore, if it compresses the trachea, stridor can be seen. Bronchus compression can lead to dry cough, and if it compresses thoracic duct, chylocystis can be seen. Basically, the chyle is lymph which contains digested fat, and it is transported via thoracic duct. If thoracic duct gets compressed, then chyle will not be transported, and it will be accumulating in the abdomen. And due to porta hepatis lymph node enlargement, compression of common bile duct can be seen, which can lead to cholestasis, icterus, pruritus. And due to portal vein compression, portal hypertension can be seen. And due to retroperitoneal lymph node enlargement, ureter kinking and hydronephrosis can also be seen. So furthermore, other symptoms includes category B symptoms, which includes weight loss more than 10% over 6 months, night sweats and loss of appetite. Pale Epstein fever is seen, which is basically fever lasting for 3 to 10 days, and it is followed by an afebrile period of 3 to 10 days, and then again the fever rises. And paraneoplastic manifestations are these: pain in lymph node after alcohol congestion, nephrotic syndrome, cerebellar degeneration, Guillain-Barré syndrome, and hypercalcemia. And in workup part, we'll be doing CBC, LDH is increased, whole body PET scan is done. It is done for initial staging to see all lymph nodes which are involved. We can do flow cytometry because RS cell is CD 15 and 30 positive. Investigation of choice is excision lymph node biopsy. We can do CT chest and abdomen as well, and we can do pulmonary function and echocardiography as well, because both are required, because medicine which we use in Hodgkin's lymphoma can damage lungs and heart. And furthermore, staging done to classify tumor for treatment perspective. So this is Ann Arbor classification. So it includes 4 stages. It is based on clinical grounds. So first stage, when one group of lymph nodes is involved or one lymphatic area is involved. Second stage is when 2 or more than 2 group of lymph nodes of same side of diaphragm is involved. And third is when 2 or more than 2 groups of lymph node, both sides of diaphragm involved, or it also includes subdiaphragmatic involvement. Fourth includes dissemination. And for the WHO modified real classification, it is based on histopaths. So we have nodular sclerosis, mixed cellularity, lymphocyte rich, lymphocyte depleted. A to D are classical Hodgkin's lymphoma, and this E, nodular lymphocyte predominant, it is atypical variety because it is CD 15 and 30 negative. So this nodular sclerosis, it is most common globally and it has lacunar cells. This mixed cellularity, it is most common in India, and it has classical Reed-Sternberg cell present, both nodular sclerosis and mixed cellularity. It constitutes 95% of Hodgkin's lymphoma. Lymphocyte depleted has worse prognosis, and the nodular lymphocyte predominant atypical variety, it is slow growing, so it has good prognosis. It has popcorn cells in it, and for treatment we can do radiotherapy and R-CHOP for nodular lymphocyte predominant variety. And for Hodgkin's lymphoma, treatment part, for localized disease we can give chemo plus minus radiotherapy, and for advanced disease we give only chemo. So in chemo, the medicines include are adriamycin, bleomycin, vinblastine, and dacarbazine. This adriamycin can affect the cardiac status, can lead to cardiomegaly. Bleomycin can lead to pulmonary fibrosis. In localized disease, basically what we do is we do a scoring by International Prognostic Scoring Index, and if the outcome is favorable, then we go for only chemotherapy, and if unfavorable outcome, then we go for chemotherapy plus minus radiotherapy. We give field radiation, but it has its own side effects, and in most cases the chemotherapy is given for 4 to 6 cycle, and it gives a good result because Hodgkin's lymphoma can be treated by it, but there can be a presence of relapse. And this is basically the classical RS cell Auli appearance, cervical lymphadenopathy. Further, I wanted you to tell the complications it can lead to. This is acute leukemia and cardiotoxicity. So secondary malignancy can also be seen. So thank you so much. Please provide me with your feedbacks. Thank you.